Hey yo, G Dash, boy, take your hat off. Fine. This week on Hats Off with G Dash Jones. Woo!
From 1 to 10,
Y'all know it.
count me in.
What? How much? From 1 to 10.
1, 2,
Oh,
3,
hold
4,
up.
5,
Bow.
7, 8, 9.
Shush.
Count me in from 1 to 10.
Say what?
1, 2, 3.
Y'all know what it is.
6, 7,
You're watching Hats Off
count me in from 1 to 10.
with G Dash Jones.
1, 2,
Oh,
1,
what?
3, 4, 5,
Oh,
7, 8, 9.
hold up.
Count me in from 1 to 10.
Skirt. Man, listen, you were watching Hats Off with G Dash Jones. Oh man, you heard that. You heard them bops. Yeah, yeah. We started off with the bops early today. You see what I'm saying? Getting you right. Okay. All right then. Hey, listen, this episode of Hats Off, oh, we got none other than the amazing, right? The educational, right? Edutainmental. I don't even know if that's a word. They should be able to correct me in that space. But yes, from JFinTv. That's right. Got my man James Finney and Keziah Finney. Yes. They have created Lyrical Math. What? Lyrical Math, y'all. Oh, and we're gonna talk about it, right? Not only is they helping the kids, we getting right. It's almost school season, so it's about that time. It's almost school season, so it is about that time. So we gonna go ahead. We gonna talk about it. Everything that from Lyrical Math to also my brother Tahir's room. What? Yes, absolutely. Because they do have a new book out as well. So they got your kids reading and they got your kids adding things up doing the math, people. Doing the math, people. So we're gonna get into all. You don't want to miss a single moment of this. The vibes is just perfect. All right. Us here with Lyrical Math. It's your boy G Dash Jones. This hat's off. I'm gonna tell you right now. Be transparent. Okay. So listen, today I had a class launcher, right? Launcher business resources. Yes, I'm a trainer. I train people on how to do certain things. And I was actually running the class even right before we got here. Okay. Helping entrepreneurs. So shouts out to Launcher. Once a month I do a Launcher episode where I highlight some of the entrepreneurs who are kind of making things happen as well. So that was the delay in the episode, getting things together. So as you know. Now, also things that you will know in today's episode of Hats Off. I will also update your calendar. That's a fact. I'm going to go over all the dopest things that are happening around, things that may be able to help you know what you can do, what's going on. That's a fact, right? We're going to talk about it. You think about it, we're going to talk about it. Also, I'm going to do a quick hat tip. Bleep, bleep. I say a quick hat tip, because I was a part of cool kids generation, man. Listen, all types of things. I'm gonna tip my hat to that's going on, right? So as we get our guest up here and we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna go about everything from Lyrical Math to updating your calendar with all the latest events to also doing a quick hat tip. And of course, if you know them like I know them, they gonna give me a word. I say they gonna give me a word, y'all. Cause why not? Now, with that said, first things first, update your calendar. As I bring them up here, I'm going to go ahead. I got a list of current events, of local events that is happening that you should know about. Let me go ahead and see if I can get them up here right now. A list of local events and some of them virtual that you should just know that go on regularly, right? So that I can tell you so that you know what you need to be a part of. And I like to do it in spoken word form and poetry form. All right. So let me see here. All right. So I have a little list of events happening. Boom, boom. All right. Now let's go ahead and hold up. For some reason, it's not bringing y'all up. Let me see. Getting this Lyrical Math on the screen first. It might not like that situation. This is one of them. Bear with me one moment, y'all, while I get them going. Hold on, about to get them up here. There we go. Hopefully. Hopefully it'll go ahead and let them up this time. Let me see what's going on. I gotta put their theme song on because that might make it, make them come up. You see what I'm saying? They tell me if I got the theme song together, it might bring them on the screen. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm just trying to summon my lyrical math folk. You feel me? Trying to summon my lyrical math. Let me see. We gonna get them. Oh, they got vocals on this thing and everything. Let me see. All right, now. With that said, let me see. Okay, all right. With that said, while we try to get them on screen, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and update y'all calendar now while I try to get them up here. Let's see. We gonna see. Hopefully, we got an accident come back in. Sometimes IGB. IG just acting up. Let me see. One more second. Can you, I assume lyrical math. Y'all can hear me out there, right? Is it? There we go. There we go. We was fist fighting electronic. I did listen. I didn't think we was gonna survive. It was a hardcore victory out there.
Yo, man, when you hit me with that, let me get this thing going on right there now. That's somebody's uncle right there.
Yeah. I was fixing the carburetor. I had to fix the whole carburetor just to get y'all up on here. I had 2 transmissions that would not work until you joined. Okay, right. I didn't think it was going. I didn't know if I was gonna make it. How y'all feeling today? I almost had to take my hat off. If I had to take my hat off to get this to work for y'all,
Next level. That's
right.
It's about to be too much work. Listen, hold up. Now, only way to get it right, only reason why you came up here was because I played it.
right.
7, 8, 9, 10.
I had to count you in. I had to count you in. Okay? If I wasn't counting you in, it wasn't gonna work. That's what he said.
Right.
You had to summon that.
Right.
Yes.
I had to.
Yes.
How y'all feeling today?
Doing beautiful, man. Doing beautiful.
Great day. How about you?
Another day in paradise.
That's
Listen.
right.
So
you make it.
So I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna ask y'all. This is why I wanted to wait for y'all to start because I do a thing where I go through local events in poetry form, and I was like, wait, y'all might have something coming up. Do y'all have an event that I should add to this moment?
I do have a book reading coming up on September 15th.
Okay, we got September 15th. Gotcha. Boom. Where's that?
That's the Route 9 Library Innovation Center.
Besides that, we got some PDs coming up with schools that's using our curriculum.
But that's not
listen because you in the whole industry talking about we got some PDs. I don't even is that like police departments? I don't know what we're like private detectives.
Professional development.
Oh,
professional development.
It's when people go through a training for something.
Right. Yeah. They get activated.
So what type of PDs do y'all got? What's that people can sign up for? Where do they sign up for these PDs?
9 at 10 is just like already scheduled with a set group of teachers. And
so this ain't even putting on people. They can't even
come to.
Okay, people can come to. I got you. Community.
This is private. Y'all got your own.
We do got an event. August 25th.
Is that in Philly?
Yeah, it's in Philly.
Yeah.
What is
Grind for Greatness?
Grind for Greatness. G4G. Shout out to G4G. Grind for Greatness. We're going to be
Grind for Greatness. Where's that?
Give me a sec. I can get it for you.
You'll find it. He'll let you know.
There we go. Grind for Greatness. What y'all doing out there?
Lyrical Math.
She going to probably perform. We're going to have a table out for vending, giving information out, letting people know what we got.
Yeah. All that good stuff.
There it is. Okay, we got the book reading. We got the Grind for Greatness. Lyrical Math performance. That's fire. Okay.
Yeah, Grind for Greatness. It is Friday, August 23rd.
August 23rd.
Yes. And it's going to be at... All right, where is that? It's going to be at...
1001 Front Street. 1001 Front Street. 1001 Front Street.
Philadelphia, PA.
19147 area.
At the basketball courts. Be there or be square.
We go. Front Street at the court. Boom. At the courts. That's literally what I'm writing.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gonna be a 3-on-3 basketball tournament, free haircuts, free painting.
Not free painting, face painting.
Face painting, my fault. Let me go ahead and retract that. Live entertainment, and they're giving away 1,000 backpacks.
Wow. It's a backpack drive. This is backpack drive season.
There it is.
Yes, it is.
If you don't have a backpack by the time school starts, your parents drop the ball. Ain't no.
If you don't have a job, start selling backpacks.
Word.
What? You can get them from...
No excuse.
Sorry, I shouldn't even be saying this right now. All right, so I'm trying to help people prosper their business. Again,
Come on, you gotta be creative.
Yeah, listen, I just came from I came from training people on entrepreneurship. If you are an entrepreneur looking to start your business, go to launcher.org and sign up. They do business plan classes. Yeah, and I we are in the fall session, so you won't be in spring session, but just go ahead, do what you do. All right. Now, so here's what I'm gonna test something out because we done had so many hiccups anyway. We might as well do it. I'm gonna test something different. Okay, so I'm gonna need y'all help with this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, can I update your calendar? And then you gonna say yes, you can. Can we do that?
I got that. Okay. You going with that Obama? Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. That one got me. That one got me. I didn't even. Okay. Woo. All right. All right.
Tell jokes like that. I'm just like.
Right. I wasn't prepared. I thought we was ready. I wasn't. About my hat. Let me fix mine now. Okay, we good now. Okay. Okay. Can I update your calendar?
Yes, you can.
No, like Tribe Called Quest, not like Obama. Y'all are in the military. We are trying to again. That's what you meant. Jesus.
Right.
Okay, we're gonna do it again.
We're gonna do it again, man.
We're gonna do it again like we all got rhythm at the same time.
Yes, you can. Okay.
But yeah, update calendar is a little longer than kicking and stuff. So we go.
The rhythm of it is all.
I don't do lyrical math. Okay. Oh, we are getting early. This episode.
It's too long. It's too long. The people cannot kick it.
You don't got no faith in me. Yeah, Obama said we can.
All right, come on, let's go. We got it.
Can I update your calendar?
Yes, you can.
Can I update your calendar?
Yes, you can.
Can I update your calendar?
Yes, you can.
All right.
Well,
I'm gonna do it then.
No, man, you dropped the ball. You were supposed to.
No, you gotta let me listen. This is.
That wasn't a Tribe Called Quest moment. That was not.
2 seconds. I'm gonna do it. All right, thinking. I'm thinking.
Okay, best.
As an update your calendar, here's a few things for you to do. You can take the whole family down to understand the treatments and have fun with free food down at Bellevue. It's the oasis. I promise you that's what it's meant to do. Or same thing on Friday. I'm just going to tell you, you could go to the BBB. It's going to be LaShawn Laylo's birthday party. There's a whole lot of performances. And of course, they going hard. And that whole situation is hosted by D Hard. Or you'll see Venom Blues live at Finnegan's. If you want to know who's hosting, it's me again. Then you can see Delaware Music Network. They going to make this whole room go to work. Okay, you might be trying to figure out what to do on Saturday. Well, I'm telling you right now, you ain't got to play. Naj and Jay are having a block party. It's outside with live music. They got a bounce house. It's all fly. And that night, you can also go to the barbecue at Icons, J Notes, and these are going to sing it through. I'm just telling you, you got a few options. They got a roll call skate party at the Pell with DJ Big Ant and friends. Oh, so get your skates on and go see them. Then on Wednesday, you gonna see May at the UAE. I'm hosting Clearly. Oh, This is what it's supposed to be. 915 Route 9 Library. It's a good book read. You know what it's going to see. Of course, my brother Tahir's room, guaranteed. This is just a message that you should assume. Maybe before you hit that, on 823 Grind for Greatness, they got Lyrical Math. Front Street where the courts is at. Get a backpack, and then she going to be on the stage spitting that. I'm just trying to update the calendar, so go and run that back. There we go. There we go.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Breath control.
Let's
Breath
go.
control.
Figured it out. Figured it out. I told you. Listen, because she be counting my bars. She was up in there like, hold up, is he on beat? She was waiting down. I couldn't even do abstract poetry with this one. I had to. Listen, she was. I done had Grand G up. I had all types. She was like, hold up, wait. Listen, I do lyrical math now. You at 5 bars. You can't wrap it around for 5.5. You better. It got to rhyme with 7. You better.
You know what? I was there. I was counting. I was counting.
Yeah.
Sorry, you was dropping. You was dropping though. You was dropping.
Oh, I appreciate y'all. Oh, that was hilarious. She really was counting. All right, that was great. With that said, now let's get into it. Tell the people a little bit about yourself. Tell people about you.
Understood.
Okay.
Well, ladies first.
Oh, that's amazing. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Ooh, ladies first. Ladies first.
Okay, so my name is Mrs. Finney. Keziah Finney. As a teacher, Mrs. Finney. I am a teacher / hip hop recording artist. Co-founder of Lyrical Math. Teaches basic math skills through instructional hip hop music. I'm a certified math and science teacher. I'm finishing my 20th year of teaching.
21st.
21st, actually. Yes. Yeah. Count for me. Count for me. Count with me from 1 to 10. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I don't sing. I rap. So anyway, with Lyrical Math.
You definitely sang on that song though.
No,
that was Harley.
That was Harley. Shout out to Harley Congo.
Yeah, that was Harley.
Yeah. Harley Congo. She was snapping on that. So we have Lyrical Math Part 1 CD, digital.
Wait, he asking about you, not the product yet. Yeah.
So anyway, let's take it back. So I've been teaching between Chester, PA, and Delaware, various schools in both states. Mm-hmm. And so I've been in Title I schools mostly. Last 3 years I was at HB DuPont Middle School, and then I closed out, and I've been teaching Lyrical Math full time for the last 3 years. And so we had so much of a push that we ended up doing this full time, and it's been going great. We're in our 8th year of Lyrical Math. I've been emceeing since I was in 5th grade, and so when I became a teacher, I just decided to use that skill set to make the classroom environment a lot more engaging, because the students were bored with the traditional style of teaching. I was even bored teaching it, so I was like, listen, let's crank this class up.
Yeah.
And that's what we did.
And anything else?
And so when I met my husband, he was like, yo, you're dope at rapping, you're dope at teaching. I think you should be a hip hop math teacher. And I was like, that's corny. I don't want to do that.
She shot it down, bro, for like 2 years.
It wasn't 2 years.
It probably was like a solid year and a half. For real.
It was not.
Yeah. She shot it down, dude.
So, and the reason he thought about it, he was like, well, currently only the kids that's in your classroom every year, which is probably like 80 kids max, are learning math through music, right? But if we create a product, right, then kids all over the globe could learn the way the kids in your class are learning. And so,
wow, that's real, man. Dang, I did say that.
Yep.
Yo, so look, let me tell you this. Since I said, when I look at it, that was what was shared.
Right.
We've serviced over 2,000 students so far with Lyrical Math. And she has students in LA, Kentucky, Tennessee, like right now. Mm-hmm. And she did her first parent-teacher conference with a household in Texas. I want to say like 3 weeks ago. It was the dopest thing, man. Like to see her literally empowering a parent in Houston, Texas, about how to equip them with better action steps and tools to lead their child to academic success. It was incredible. Yep.
Yeah, so it's been a big journey. So, just the love for hip hop in itself, and, and just all the years I've had with doing hip hop as well as teaching, just putting those skill sets together. And then working with my husband, he is like all IT. I mean, he could put together.
Oh man, you see these bags, bro? You see these bags, homie? That's work right there, man. That's
work bags. Those not just bags.
Nah, that's
not
work,
Netflix
dude.
bags. That's work bags.
So yeah, let me share a little bit about me. So I'm James Finney, Director of Operations of JFinTv Studios, and Lyrical Math is the product under JFinTv Studios, and service, by the way. Right. So yeah, when I went to school for studio production, digital filmmaking at Wilmington University. Shout out to WilmU. And then from there, I met Miss Finney here, and I made an honest woman out of her. And then
that saying always throw me.
So check it out.
She was such a liar before she went
my senior year, I had to do a senior project, right? Before I graduated. So I was going to do a documentary on leadership, and I was going to do the compare and contrast between Hitler and Martin Luther King Jr. I know, right? That's what I was going to do because they both leaders.
They are. They're both great leaders in theory. In theory.
Right.
He was like, let's talk about it.
So I pitched it to her because I met her my senior year. I was leaving college, and she was like, yeah, no, I don't think you should do that. You should do a math video. I said, a math video? That's boring. If I did it, it got to be funny. Right. And so we doctored it up, man. We created this comedic spin on adding integers. It was 5 minutes and 20 seconds runtime, and she played the teacher and the student, and we just had a great time.
I got my acting on.
Yeah, that was nice. I was directing her, like, yeah. So she did a good job. I got an A on the senior project, right? But here's the caveat to this. So then it was like, we got this 5 minute and 20 second piece, and she said, hey, you mind if I play this in my classrooms next week? Because we starting a lesson on adding integers. Mm-hmm. And she was working at Chester Community Charter at the time. I said, sure, no problem. So then she got the bright idea to create a pretest for adding integers to give to all three classes she had, her honor class, the middle class, and the lowest tier class. And then she had them watch the 5 minute and 20 second video, and then she did a post test, find out the comprehension levels. Mm-hmm. Bro, the data came back 61.7% increase in comprehension for adding integers. Yo, when she showed me that data,
that was the game changer.
I said, how many people do you want to help? She said, as many people as we can. And that's literally how we started Lyrical Math.
Yeah.
Woo!
That was the moment that was like, wait a second.
Yeah. Yo, Edutainment.
So wait, but before then, but this was before we learned to make it music, right? Like at that point, it was just
a
documentary.
Right.
Like it was a 5 minute documentary, and she still thought that rapping it would have been whack. Is what corny
No, it wasn't a documentary. It was a 5 minute video.
A 5 minute
documentary. Yeah, it was a documentary, right?
Yeah.
And so he had me teaching to a student in a 5 minute 20 second video, but I taught the traditional way first, and then I taught through rap second.
Yeah.
So basically, I taught adding integers through rap in the video, played it to my students. They remembered the words, and that helped them do the post test.
Yeah. So basically, the premise of the video was she played the teacher. The student was bored. The student checked out, was eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, falling asleep, slobbering, all that. And then the teacher said, you know what, let me try it this way. And then she rapped it. She rapped the lyrics for adding integers, which is our track on the Part 1 album. But she was just doing a beat on the desk. Right. And then that was the end of the video. And then that's when she went into the classrooms and played that video.
Got you. And then all the
rap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, okay, so now let me back up a little bit. So, all right, well, not really back up. So at that point, were you weren't teaching yet?
No, I had already been teaching.
She was like 15 years in.
I was already
at that point.
About 15 years in.
Okay.
So even from the first time when I was teaching, I was always creating songs, with my students to help them get through.
All right, hold on. I see what's going on. Let me share this. So, brother, when I met her, she told me she was a teacher. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can see myself being with a teacher. And then she said I rap. And I'm like, what does that mean? What, you gonna be on tour or something like that? Where you going? Kind of thing. And then when I found out, like, she showed me her previous videos, and I was like, yo, she got flow, right? And so then I started wrapping my head around. I'm like, yo, you could be a hip hop math teacher. And then she shot that down, right? And so, you know, I'm sitting here still thinking about it from time to time, but every time we would go out to like a restaurant or be out in public, she would, from time to time, bump into previous students she had. And they would all say, yo, I still remember that song when you taught us how to do such and such. Yo, I got tired of hearing that. So one day I was at the house on my way to work, and I said, I want you to write down all the songs you remember teaching kids over the years. Write them down. Let me see how many you got. When I came home, she had 9 songs. I said, cool. Make one more. We got an album. And then that was in 2015 when we cut the first album, Lyrical Math Part 1.
Yeah.
Got you. What made you change your mind and become open to do it after originally? So you're like, hey, this is corny. He's like, you should try it. You're like, I don't want to do it though. It's whack. You're like, you're already doing it in classes though. What made you be like, oh, I guess I should? Like, what changed your mind?
I think it's once I did a brain dump and I figured out like, wait, I got 9 songs literally in my head, right? And so when he said, well, just make one more, you got an album, and I'm like, oh, that's not hard to do. Just come up with another song off another math concept. Boom. You know, and he made the situation very easy because he literally just cleared out the closet in the house, Euroflex that bad boy out, threw a mic up in there. You know, he's in school for studio production, digital filmmaking. Anyway, so he like, listen, like, I'm gonna make this as easy as ever for you. Just go up in there and I'm gonna get you some beats and we're gonna go up there and we're gonna
I couldn't put anything in the process that'll make her say, oh, never mind. You know what I mean? So
we met up with a producer in Delaware, MP Beats. We sat down with him. Man, it was like a buffet. This dude had like at least 1,000 tracks.
Oh my gosh.
Like that.
Yo.
And we sat down in the room.
He had a terabyte of instrumentals. We sat down, listened to. We could just pick.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, cool. You can have that one. Okay, you can have that one.
Right.
We came up with a contract, those names of those tracks so we can have exclusive rights to them. So we own everything we create. And that's how we got started.
And threw me in the booth.
Yep.
Me in the booth.
I purposely didn't put a light in the studio either. I called it blackout.
Yeah,
so when she went in there, she couldn't see nothing.
Why?
I was in there like...
Like, why did it have to be dark? Like, I don't know.
It worked. It's called blackout, man.
Like, she had to be DMXing a lot to the studio. Like, you had to, like, she's rapping about math, bro. Like,
you got it right. Say, no, he wasn't like that.
She got all black with a hoodie on, a face mask, just getting like...
I'm going to add and subtract about to spit facts. Like, no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
Talking about integers. Why are we doing it this way? Like, I don't understand.
We had a good time, dude. But look, I'm going to go ahead. I got to give you this story, dude. We recorded part 1 3 times.
Oh, man, it was crazy.
Yeah, man. So the first time we recorded,
the whole thing, I'm like, cool, cashed out, I'm done.
I had this itch in my head, dude. It was like I recorded. We was on like the last track, and then I said, I need to create some space on my hard drive. I just started deleting stuff, deleted the tracks. Yeah, man. Yeah.
Oh, like that hurt me a little bit. Like that hurt.
Imagine what that felt like. I mean, we had the ad libs, we have everything all laid out.
It was laid out.
I didn't go to, okay, listen.
I was in blackout.
The part that hurt my feelings isn't the fact that he did it. Like, I've dealt with computers. I know what it's like. I may be. The part that hurt my feelings the most was that he went through all this work convincing you to do it, and then he had to tell you that he deleted. Like, that conversation. Like, I can imagine him. Like, he had to be like, okay, I gotta tell her. Like,
yo, it was the most gentle thing possible. Me being like, Zai, I think, I think I might have deleted this.
What you mean? You can't go to trash?
We just gotta record it again. That's all right. We in the house. So yeah.
You can't get that out of trash?
Wait, that was the first time. It happened 2 more times. So what about this?
So then what? What happened?
No, it happened one more time. No, it happened one more time. Right. Yeah. So the second time, what had happened was, all right. What happened was, I moved files. I moved the folder. I moved the raw files to a different place, and in that place, I deleted that area, and then I didn't think I was deleting where the raw files was, and then it never connected again. Yeah, so this was before. You got to understand, I was working with my laptop from college, so I didn't have a lot of space, and I was trying to always free up space because we was working on a big project. So, like, I didn't have the money back then to invest in equipment like we do now. So.
He got mad the second time. I felt sorry for him.
Oh my gosh, I was heated the second time.
He was so mad.
I was mad that I was too mad she couldn't even get mad at me.
Right?
Yeah.
So okay, there's two lessons in this for people, right? I'm gonna go.
Yes.
Go.
If you in the back and you watch this, the first lesson that we covered is if you good at something and you don't think that if it's easy, just do it. Fellas, if you want your girl to do something, make it easier for her to do. Like, that's a part of it. The easier you make it for her to do, the more likely she is to just do it. If you don't, she might not just do it. So there's that part. B, external hard drives are your friend. Like, I feel like
yes.
Lesson learned.
Yes.
Lesson learned.
Yes.
Yo,
like, if something is important, save it on a whole separate situation and just put it over there. Like because that could fit on a thumb drive. Right. He could have got one of those at a free giveaway.
Yeah, I didn't think to invest in a new one. I was using all the hard drives I had from college that was filled. So yeah. It's
external hard drive for the important things. So we go to that.
Yeah. But I got an 8-terabyte laptop now, so we good money.
Yeah, I mean, we about 2.5 albums. We 2 albums in the EP in now, so I should hope like this.
Right.
You know, I did research. I see how much you got, and my kids listen.
We're constantly creating, dude. So I mean, I just love that. You know, JFinTv Studios is literally an edutainment production company. So we love to educate, but if we're not going to entertain while we educate, we don't want no parts of it.
Okay, well, let's back up a little bit. So she was already a teacher. She was already into education. What made you want to get into media, into entertainment?
Oh, dude, I knew it was a calling God put on my life early on. I gave my life to Christ when I was 26, maybe. And
was it before or after you made her an honest woman? Because I just
so that's when he became an honest man, right?
Yeah, that's when I became an honest man.
You don't hear that title, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, brother.
Yeah, man. So 26, and I knew God. Like, I remember it being shared with me, like, it's 3 things that you could do in the body of Christ. Either you preaching, either you teaching, or you healing. And I just knew based off where I was at, I'm teaching, right? But educating, not like going to get a teaching degree and all that stuff.
Right.
Because, you know, I grew up in the Boys and Girls Club, so I was a community kid. And so from there, I created a YouTube channel, and I was seeing the feedback I got from it about my life, my testimony. So I'm like, okay, cool. This is what I know I'm supposed to do. And so then when I met her, this woman right here, I was single, so, you know, playing the field, all that stuff. But it was something when I met her. She said something to me that no woman ever said. The first time I met her, bro, she said, we got a lot of work to do, Mr. Finney. Vision, sketch, apply. I said, who is this woman? I need to know more about her. Vision, sketch, apply.
I skated off. I didn't know he was impressed. I didn't know.
So literally that's the motto we've been rocking with ever since. We literally visualized lyrical math. We sketched it out. I literally had her sketch out what it looked like, right? And then we applied it. And that's how we moved.
Somebody said, Claymont, tell them about Tahitian Noni, kid.
Oh, cut it out, man.
I don't think
This brother been on business since back when. He was gonna find
he should only apply to honesty as a
So I was in network marketing as a young guy, man. I knew I was going to do something.
Didn't you have a rap about
in entrepreneurship, man? I don't know who street ball culture is, man. What you digging up the archives, brother?
Did you have a
No. Don't get distracted. Back to the story. Where were we?
Thank you.
No, you were in marketing. Tahisha Noni. I'm talking about that story. What we got?
No, so what was I going to say?
It's G did it.
That's
So we was doing. I was making videos. I was making videos to educate the youth, and then when I met her, she was already telling me she was doing stuff with the youth, and she was teaching. And then I heard her rap. I said, "Yo, she can rap." And then I saw her teach. I'm like, "Yo, she can teach." And so that was literally how my mind started forming around putting my skill sets with her discipline and her skill, and we created something. Yeah. But I gotta tell you, man, like this is something for all the men out there. I mean, literally all the men out there. I didn't get with her because of how she looked. I got with Keziah because her gifts and talents complemented mine, and I knew we had something bigger to do than ourselves. Like what I knew what we were creating, God already told me it's bigger than us. Yeah. So literally that's why we hooked up and got together.
So three things. Again, I gotta speak to the fellas in the back, the people in the back. By the way, shouts out to Street Ball Culture. Yes, I do remember that hook. They take me back to my rap days. I love how we both talking to them, and neither one of us know them by that name, so we don't know exactly who we talking to, and they bringing up history facts for both of us.
Right.
I hope. Listen, now I'm curious. Listen, keep it clean now. All right.
Right.
I don't know what you know. All right. So here's what we go. But what I will say that you said essentially, right? Because you skipped some steps in this, good brother. Yes, you are right. You know what? You looked at somebody who was in tune with your spirit. What he's talking about is actually what they mean by evenly yoked. Evenly yoked does not mean that you do the same things. Evenly yoked means that you complement each other. That's what evenly yoked was truly mean. It means that you, where you're deficient, where you lack, they add, and then y'all can help build together. However, the part that he missing is a lot of us as heathens. You gotta be listening to your spirit, and you gotta be in the right space for this. You ain't cleared up the right space for that. You still got faith-filled foolishness, and now you're mad because you're dealing with some things.
Right.
Yeah.
Stuff's not feeling equal.
Yeah, man.
This is a lot of edutainment right here. This is like there's a lot of messages behind all this laughter. I swear. But yes,
Throw a little math on it.
Yeah, man.
I'm sure, and don't get it twisted. I'm sure he is attracted to his wife. You just can't be all loins and know nothing else. You walk around with a pork loin. Listen, you know how attractive I am to a pork loin? Okay, never mind. All right.
Understood. No, it had to be a physical connection there as well. Yeah, for sure.
But you know, the one thing I think we all know by this age, right? That physical thing get like you can't just only be attractive. You know what I'm saying? Like
you gotta bring something to the table.
You can't just be like
super attractive and no conversation.
You know what I'm saying? You can't be like saying crazy stuff every day, all day, and you just handsome. Like that's not gonna work. But that's not gonna work.
Well, hold up. I want to shout out to
you can't just be saying annoying, crazy stuff all day and just be cute.
No. Listen, they there to judge you. I'm not. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Okay, every pot has a top. So if you saying all the crazy stuff in the world, you gotta find a super conservative woman that just likes the person who says all the crazy stuff in the world. There's a top for you. Like every pot has a top. Okay, it might not be.
I like that viewpoint. I like that.
Like it's just gotta be a mesh in that. So yeah, if you walk around with mild Tourette, nope, not going to say this.
Everybody,
right.
Yeah,
right.
Out to mild Tourette's, folks. With that, I don't personally know anybody.
Like my head hurts right here from laughing.
I don't know anybody with mild.
This is not the plan.
Listen, there is somebody out there. Somebody likes the random words. All I'm saying is somebody likes.
Somebody out there.
That's their thing. Can't wait for. Never mind. I'm not, because this is going to go way too far. Like, with that said, okay, so now you're in media. We're in entertainment. You're following your call. You got Lyrical Math, but Lyrical Math was like, okay, you cut the music first, right? There wasn't programming. No. There wasn't workbook.
Nope.
It was just
the album.
You convinced her to go into the studio and record music that she already had. That's what happened, right? Essentially. And then how did you go from that to saying, yo, we could really create a world out of it?
So it was like once we had the music, and then keep in mind, like when he did the senior project, right, I did a pre and a post test. And then so that was something we gauged in a classroom. So once we cut the album, it's like, you know what? We can make a student workbook. And then after we made a student workbook, it's like, well, if a teacher's going to teach it, we need a teacher guidebook. And then, you know, working with one of our partners, Carly Pisani, she was like, yo, I think y'all should do a resource assessment book.
To gauge comprehension levels. Like pre and post tests for every lesson.
Right. And so then we put that in there, and we're like, oh, dang, that's a whole curriculum at this point. And then years
later, you have programming.
Yeah, years later, we added the videos. So we have videos of me teaching every page in the book. And so
really that, oh man,
that was the super
Yo, let me tell you, G, man, this is a God journey right here. I know God is like literally got his hand on this, bro. Cause all right, so she just dropped a lot on you. And let me see where to start. So yeah, we had the album. She just told you how we got to the books. But then it was like you got the album, you got the books, right? Mm-hmm. But then it's like when we went to go sell it to organizations, schools, her thing was, I need to make sure that they taking care of what I created, right? You can't just have any old teacher using my stuff. So then in my head, I'm fresh, like I'm not fresh, but I have the Rich Dad Poor Dad in the back because I read that book early on in my 20s. I'm like, okay, we need to duplicate you. We need to duplicate your effort. So if we create videos, then the teachers can't say, oh, it don't work. Because I got the MJ of Lyrical Math teaching it. Of course it works. You just didn't press play. You know what I mean? So that's what we had to essentially do. We had to corner it so that they can't deny it and they can't say it don't work because they don't know us. So everybody's going to try to make it seem like it don't work. Right. But we create videos so that you can't say that. So we controlled that narrative. Yeah. And so by creating those videos, not only did we duplicate her efforts, so now we can go anywhere and she can, get her time back. But now it allows the curriculum to be taught with fidelity. Right. And it reaches more people now because what we found once we created the curriculum, people are like, oh, wow, that's great. You have a curriculum. Well, you're the math teacher that raps. How about you come teach it? Right. I'm like, well, I can't be but so many places at so many times. You know what I mean? So that wasn't really working. And then we're like, well, y'all just teach it. Just go teach it, And you have some teachers that they're just very creative. They're very, very willing to do and try something new. And then, of course, we all know you got other teachers that like, don't give them an extra nothing to do. They going like, no. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of the reason why I decided to pivot to do the videos is because I have entrepreneurs in my family. Mm-hmm. My brother's dad, he owned a tax office since '92. He used to go into people's houses with just a calculator, a pencil, and some forms and come out with racks of money, doing households of 9 people. And so I watched him build that tax office to over 500 clients. But then I saw my mom, like she got a bigger role in the company, and I saw how the customers, the clients was saying, well, where's Chuck? Like, where's he at? I want him. And it's like, yo, man, it has to be something bigger than just that self-employment, that one person. Because one person can't do everything. Like a barber has a cat. You know what I'm saying? Right. So the only thing they can do is raise the price to get more income because it's one person. You can only leverage out so many output hours. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So then we leveraged it with videos. So that made sense to us. So that's an entrepreneur caveat, basically. Yeah. Like,
now, again, see, Jules is being dropped left and right around here. Okay, it's just random rubies and diamonds falling on your head. That's why I wear a hat.
Duck.
what I need y'all to know is the one word that they did not say, and I was just sitting here like this could have been Wheel of Fortune, and I was just waiting for the word. They never said the word, but I'm gonna say the word. Scalability, people. If you want to scale your business, what they chose to do, they scaled it twice. It sounded fast when they tell you, but they talked about two different scale models. First time that they scaled it was when the workbooks and what was pre-test, post-test, and the workbooks. The post-test actually just gives you data so that you can then speak to what you've already accomplished. Yes, it's good for the kids, but it's way better for you as a business to know your impact. So you can use that. Boom. Right. Yeah. So at the point in which now they're moving outside, they have music. Now here's a I'm gonna whisper this to people who are making music. As somebody who loves music and loves performance, there are other ways of making money besides making music, because there isn't a lot of money in selling music.
Just music.
Very true.
Yeah. So you might have to find other ways to make your music be able to be utilized in other rooms. Right. When I say this, I also think about one of the people who I've had on here. I've had Richard Raw on here. He has a cultural restoration project. Again, using the music to create another revenue stream completely sideways. Right. What they're doing with Lyrical Math. Again, we're taking the music, we're bringing it into the classrooms with a workbook. Right.
Yes.
Even if you just write a book, if it comes with useful information, you can create a workbook with it that can be taught to people.
Right.
So just extra, just again, duck, drool, drop, boom, they're hitting you. So
catch some of them. Don't duck too much. Catch some of them.
Catch some of them, man.
Well, catch them with your hand, not your face. So too much paperwork. You was watching Hats Off, and you kept getting hit by drool. Yes.
Very true, though. Very true. And
this is Hats Off with G-Jones. I got Lyrical Math with me. We telling you all the things. Now, what was you gonna say?
I was like, to your point, like, it's interesting because it's only but so much of venting your emotions when it comes to, let's just talk general, like R&B, hip hop, right? It's so much of venting your emotions in a different way that hasn't already been done in all these years, right? Everybody can tell you how they've been happy, sad, mad, glad on a song. They fell in love, they fell out of love, they hate somebody, they love somebody. Like, there's only but so many of them songs you're gonna make, right? And then rap, same thing. There's only but so many ways you could say, like, you the best, you the dopest, you had the worst life ever, everybody cashed out on you, but you rose to the top anyway. And
what's your point?
Like, the point is, like, it's only but so much of that, right? And it's so many people that's already doing all of that. You get what I'm saying? What can you do different with the fact that you can sing very well or you can rap very well that has not already been done? Because considering this day and age, like, everybody can make music right now. Any and everybody. You don't even have to know how to sing to make a song that sounds like you can sing, at this point. So with that in mind, like, what is going to separate you from the crowd that's going to allow you to even generate money off of creating music that you love to create? You know what I'm saying? So I love what you said about that. Like, there's so many different ways that you can use music, and make it powerful.
To be a working artist. And that's one of the reasons why what I salute about you. People don't think of working artists. It's a thing. There's a world of people who figured out a way to translate their art into revenue streams, right? And then that was just the first one. We're adding a workbook to it, adding a workbook component to it. The second one was then scaling it again with videos, right? And again, my shout out to you for real, because the world don't get it, but the world would attribute moments like that to what reels are now. Because right, we're not from a world where reels were just there and people were just making videos for things because Right. And it goes back to the same idea of being functional with the videos that you're making versus just being empty pockets of anybody can be a videographer with a phone, right? But they really can't. And they really may not know what to do, how to cut it, what it's meant for. And then once you have that skill, what are you using it for that can make yourself useful, right? Versus it just being kind of empty, right? So allowing that to scale again, all scalability, right? So now once you did that, how did you go? What made you decide to do also kind of having kind of online classes and going into a space still yourself virtual?
So you mean having the videos available online?
No, he's talking about the online academy. So what made us pivot to the online academy?
And I think this addresses the question in the comment section. Someone asks, is this useful for homeschools and things like that?
Well, not necessarily. I'm the business side of this wheelhouse. So basically the reason why we pivoted to the academy.
The Lord is the business side. Oh, sorry, it just felt right. I had to say that.
Right. Yeah, I'm in the passenger seat. The Lord is in the driver's seat.
Drive, brother.
Thank you, brother. But yeah, so what made us pivot to the online academy was simply the pushback we were receiving by the entities, the districts.
You'll be surprised.
Wait, it's a lot of bureaucracy. It's political, and oftentimes what we noticed is what
you got to clean it up.
No, I ain't gonna clean it up.
Clean it up.
No, I'm just saying.
Get a brother to mop.
Listen, we are tadpoles in a big pond. I'll say that. And
the God I serve,
what we bring to the table is real. It's real, man. It's genuine. It's uncut. It's raw, and it's for kids.
Hold on, I'm so sorry. Y'all, you got to back me up, and you got to back up a little bit. And I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna take long enough for you to ask this question for you to find a way to give a clean answer to it.
Yeah.
But in my brain, I hear what you're saying, and all I think is math. Like math is the universal language. Some people are afraid of it, but in theory, everywhere, whether you're Asian, whether you black, white, Puerto Rican, whatever language you speak, one is one everywhere in the universe. Two is two everywhere in the universe. It literally
Terrence Howard don't think that, but you know what I'm saying. Like there's no.
Well, listen, because he don't believe in zeros. But regardless,
sorry, that was a sidebar. I'm just joking. Go ahead.
But the fact is math is math. It's not one of those things that to me would have a lot of pushback on finding, like, and they find new ways to teach math all the time that don't make sense to me. Right. Let me not say that, but I feel like
you said it. Yeah.
Oh man.
I just don't understand.
Let me provide.
Wait, hold on. I wasn't finished.
Okay, go.
So
well, you have to understand some of the problem.
The reason why the academy was created is because we wanted to avoid the bureaucracy that we were receiving from districts. Mm-hmm. So we said, you know what, let's pivot again and take it straight to the household. So now we opened up the online academy for anybody that had the same access that the schools that want to do business with us get. So they get the same resources in the households that these schools receive.
So let me give you an example. So say, for instance, if we run into a parent, they're like, you know, I love lyrical math. This would be great for my child's school. And they give us advice to maybe reach out to the school, or they reach out to the school on our behalf. This has happened numerous times, right? And then they're like, yeah, this should be in that school, right? And so we try to make the connection for it to be in the school so it could provide the service to all the students that need it, that could benefit from it. There's typically like a lot of things you have to go through to get a curriculum in a school. So a lot of schools, when they have a curriculum, they have it for like 5+ years.
3 to 5.
Right, 3 to 5 years. Like they'll already have a curriculum in place. So if you come in year 2, they like, well, we good until
like basically when they adopt the curriculum, they give it 3 to 5 years to see the benefits of that curriculum.
Right. So then they have to use that solely. Right. And so that has been one reason. Another thing has just been some, I would just say, just fear that the teachers may not want to implement it, or fear
because it's hip hop,
it might not be received because culturally. And I'm like, listen, everybody over the globe listens to hip hop.
And then same people that say they fear it are the ones that be blasting in their car.
Listen, their kids and grandkids listening to it, whether they know it or not, right? So that's where we at in the world, you know, with hip hop.
But look, check it though. When we got the curriculum, we had, I think 2016, we had the first draft of the curriculum done. We did a pilot at DMA Charter School. So we covered 3rd through 8th grade math standards. But our first classroom that used Lyrical Math
was ninth graders.
It was a remedial.
Because they were behind.
Yeah, a remedial math class. So it was 8th graders transitioning into high school that wasn't on high school level math. So they used Lyrical Math to get them on. Dude, the data came back 165% increase in comprehension. Right. And the teacher who taught it was a short white lady who don't like hip hop.
Right. She said, do I have to rap? Like,
no, she just followed the script.
She didn't want to rap.
And this was before videos. This is before
the videos, and she got that kind of data.
All she had was the book and music.
Yeah.
That's it.
So, you know, sometimes it's just cultural bias, why they don't want to use it.
No, I'm gonna tell you this, because you got me fired up. I ain't gonna tell you the district, but we literally approached a couple schools in this district. We had a great meeting with every principal in this district. Right. They all asked us to send them an estimate, which we did. Right. And then they got an email from someone in district who told them, we're not using Lyrical Math. First off, the person in district is not on the ground. They're not in the classroom. And then the principals that were on the ground, who can see the benefit for their kids, were stopped.
Right.
I want to ask a question, and I'm not going to ask. I will ask a question that y'all don't have to answer. You can blink once or twice. You can blink. You can just blink yes or no. I just want to know, it wasn't potentially a school district that you went to school at.
We're not going to do that.
No, we're not doing that.
Oh, so we're not going to blink. No blinks here. No blinking. No blinking. Okay. I don't know. I don't know where y'all went to school.
I can't see nothing.
Okay. I don't know where y'all went to school at. I'm lying. I went to school with you. But
the point in this statement is just saying, like, you know, we know that there are so many students that love hip hop, and there are so many students that are not doing well in math. We know that with the traditional way that students are being taught for all of these years, as smart as so-called all of these people are, from admin to teachers and all their degrees, from bachelors to masters to PhDs, it's like too many kids still failing. So
so
listen, y'all don't got the answer. It's like, you don't got the answer, Sway.
Wait.
You don't got the answer, Sway.
We was at a district school board meeting where literally, and I'm not just singling them out because it's happening across the globe. I mean, across the world, and definitely in this state more than this district. But there's a school that's 5% proficient in math. That means 95% of the kids don't know what they're doing.
Right.
And they still have yet to use Lyrical Math.
Right. It's like
okay. This is
you're not. What you're doing is not working. So how can you refuse an alternative?
Okay. I have to talk to some of the people in the back, right, who may not listen, by the way, okay?
Right.
And this is just the facts. And I'm sorry to say it this way. I probably shouldn't say it this way, but I'm going to. The less likely your child, the less skill your child has to know how to count or do complicated math problems. Not saying this is an always thing. I don't want to say always. I'm going to say the more likely they are to know, the less likely they are to count, the more likely they already are to know all the lyrics to a Sexy Red album. Like, I feel like there is a correlation that so if y'all fighting them by using the music to do a thing, they're already using that music to do a thing. If their brain space isn't used to count, then it is used to say get them sexy. Okay, I want you to know if it's not used, it's able to do another thing. Okay, I'm not judging anybody. I just want you to know there is a correlation. Okay, and if they don't know what correlation means, never mind.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I mean, how many third graders know those songs, right? But they struggle with math.
That part. That is the.
You know what I'm saying? They can rap them lyrics. They can rap them with their mom.
So, all I'm saying is sometimes you can add a little rhythm to it, a little rhyme to it, and it might, if they can memorize.
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is speak their language. That's all.
Look, I gotta tell you, man, it's a blessing for us to see the light bulbs, man. I'm talking about kids that teachers gave up on, like they ain't gonna never get it, and then they go through Lyrical Math and it's 180, not 360, 180.
Right.
Bro.
And then it's like, oh snap, wow, all you had to do was reach them where they at.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think and there's dope teachers out here, don't get me wrong. She's not the only one. Right. It's teachers that literally reach kids where they at and engage them. And that's what's needed. The reality of it is we have a shortage of dope teachers. Right. So we created a product where you don't have to be dope and still get the dope result.
Right. There it is. Right.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna clean up. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna clean that up. By the way, right? Some of you are just traditional. All right, right. Listen, you are traditional. You can be dope. You were great. Okay, listen. Look in the mirror and say I love me. But
I didn't say they wasn't dope. I said you don't have to be dope.
I'm just talking to traditionalists. Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of the traditionalists need help with innovating and meeting the youth where they are. That's it.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes.
And it's just times have just changed so much. I mean, when you are, and even like just anybody's work environment, right? It's a certain way just trying to reach people, period. That's just not really effective anymore because of all of the stimulation that you get from social media, the internet, and just being able to get anything at your fingertips now. Like, we're dealing with something, from babies to grandparents that we haven't dealt with before, which is I can get what I want on a device when I want it, and attention spans are getting shorter. So all the way around, people have to adjust to the teaching, how they decide to communicate and teach somebody anything. It needs to be upgraded.
Yeah.
And if you choose to be like, well, I'm just not. Oh, okay, well, good luck with that.
Yeah. And actually, and here's another thing. Because see, it's hard for me to. I don't want to be nice today, so we're gonna say things because y'all are funny, and then I get extra funny. Like now we having fun, and it's hard to put a filter on. So I'm gonna just say it this way. So parents, because they offer the model that you can just use on your own, if you are, you need something because your kid, even if they're in school, but they're not doing it well, and you might not, maybe you didn't do it well. Listen, I'm not here to judge you. Okay, guess what? Maybe y'all could put it together. Maybe you could put it on for them. Y'all can count together, or you know what? They're gonna be on that iPad anyway if you don't really pay them that much money. So make sure that they're doing this while they're on that. Like, there is a couple different boxes you can check to help your child and or other kids. Like boom, we do live in the homeschool world, right? We live in a world where people are afraid of the curriculum because of politics, like legit politics. Like there is things that we can't control that will be said in the politics.
Yeah. Right.
That I didn't even think people would care. I didn't think math would be one of those things that may be affected. But after this conversation, it may affect how they teach math. Right. Because there's curriculums come in 3 to 5 year contract, essentially, whether it's actual a true contract or not. It's a 3 to 5 year contract, and guess who's going to test out to figure out if it's going to work? Your child. Right. So if that data fails, they won't know until after your child failed. So you might want to do something else that has data that works.
Everybody failed year 1, but let's do this. Let's do it again though. Everybody failed year 2. Let's do it again though. Just one more.
Yo, man, we had admin where we had admin where we pitched them, hey, you need a supplemental math curriculum for your grade levels. And they're like, nah, we're just gonna rock out with this core curriculum. Get to the end of the school year, core curriculum fails like what? Would you say 40, 30, 40, 50% of the kids?
No, it was way higher than that.
Oh, 60, 70% of the kids? The curriculum failed over 70% of the kids.
Right.
And then they said, man, we needed a supplemental math curriculum.
And I'm like, yeah, we tried to tell you.
We are the supplement.
You
can't give a kid McDonald's every day for 30 days straight and don't think they're going to need a multivitamin.
Right.
A real meal, like
right. That's a great analogy. You smoked that one. That was good. They're
gonna need a supplement, man.
This is how strange it is, right? And this doesn't take degrees to figure out, right? If you have a group of 5th grade students in a class, right, coming in, let's say you have 20 kids coming in, only 3 of them are ready for 5th grade math, right? Because the other 17 are on a 2nd or 3rd grade level. Just follow me, right? If the administration tells the 5th grade teacher, This is your data. Only 3 kids are ready for 5th grade math. The other 17 are on a 2nd or 3rd grade level. But you are going to teach a 5th grade curriculum. So wait, this is 5th grade level for all 20?
Right.
Yes. Okay, so are we going to supplement this? Because we got to help the other ones that's not ready for this thing you just gave me.
Right.
No. So how you think this is going to work?
More people in what is it? What's the Ivy? What's the IS?
The ISS.
ISS, yeah.
Right. Then when the kids kirk out, they want to put them on meds. Like, nah, man, he's frustrated every day.
Bored.
He's bored. He's frustrated, and you're teaching over his head every single day. You got a teacher that keep calling on him.
Yo, man,
2nd grade level.
I don't know Spanish.
Like,
I want to know Spanish, but if you put me in the classroom where they teaching Spanish and I don't know it, I'm gonna be looking around. I'm gonna be.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Scratching the desk. I'm doing everything but what I'm supposed to do.
So then they want to have a meeting with a parent and be like, I think something's wrong with your child. No, that's probably not it. No. So these are the things that we're dealing with, and most teachers get and know that this is the struggle that they're frustrated with, because they're forcing the teachers to teach on a grade level that they know, because they purchased this curriculum and they have to prove that you gave them the tests that correlate with this curriculum every period.
Let me share this with you.
Year.
Some curriculums are so strenuous, like a teacher can't stop.
Right.
So teachers have literally retired from education because they got tired of seeing their kids failing and they couldn't help them. Like, they had to be on this lesson by this time.
Day. Right.
And it's like, well, Miss Callahan, I don't understand that. I got to keep going.
Right. So that's why supplemental math programs. Yeah.
So all right, so there's 2 things again, just for the people in the back to know. A, you're ever curious why so many people are homeschooling? There's an answer right there. Okay. Listen, you already got me here. I don't need to. It's just real. The other side of it, here's the B side. And this one don't sound much better. If you have heard about the problems that some of these youth have with the reading level in Delaware and in the country, the reading level, I don't know anybody who feels like math is easier. So if you think that they read on a low level, wait till you find out how well they add. All right. So
like the math is like scary.
like if you do the math level for you,
So I really want to advise parents, and this is what we say to parents that we have our conferences with, really find out what's happening with your child. Really find out, because what the mask is that, everybody wants to get back to normal. Okay, kids are in a school building, parents get to go to work, right? Kids are in a school building, parents go to work. We do this for a whole year, take a summer break and do it again, and we keep doing it, right? But what is really happening with your particular child, you really need to figure it out. That report card is not a real testament of what's happening with your child.
No.
Right?
And honestly, this is what they've been doing post-COVID. Like, we all think COVID's over, but
the effects of COVID.
The effects of COVID. Like, in education, it's nowhere near over.
Right.
So what's happening is there's schools, like, okay, there's a large amount of students in every state in this country that are 2 to 3 grade levels behind. A large amount.
Right.
And so what schools have done to defuse apparent uproar is they have been teaching students 2 to 3 grade levels behind. But you can't do a state test. So we encourage parents to go back and ask their principals for last year's state math test, last year's state ELA test, because the state test has to test them on grade level.
Right.
And then that's how you find out if your child is really on grade level. And if they're not on grade level with math, of course, we can help get them on.
Right. They have so many teachers scared to give students their real grades. It's unreal. Like, it's teachers. I can't even go there.
Don't go there.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Because we've been going there all listen, we've been firing today. I don't even be firing like this. We've been going.
I'm trying to tell you, they can literally, like, admin can literally adjust the grade, right? And they're literally trying to avoid lawsuits, because if you can give a child a D or an F, but if the admin doesn't want that showing up, they don't want that many D's or F's showing up within their school on report cards or within their grades, right? They can adjust those grades before they're printed. Literally adjust.
I'm gonna say it this way.
I don't know nothing about that.
I'm gonna say that in a way that doesn't sound so finished. Do you remember when you was going to school with kids and it was like, oh wait, they just passed him. They passed this bad behind kid. They just but why they pass him? We knew he wasn't good enough. He don't deserve to be here. Listen, why is he 25 as a senior and they about to just pass him because they tired of him being in that school. They tired of him being around. He's been acting up all day.
That's a real thing. Social promotion.
We don't know always how it happened, but sometimes this is how it happens. And y'all do what y'all want with that information. Yeah. Now,
I'm gonna give you one prime example. I remember a situation in a school where there were two girls that equally should have failed, right? One girl was heavy set and tall. The other girl was really slim and short. The girl that was heavy set got socially promoted because they said she couldn't blend in if she failed. And they thought it would become a social issue for her.
Right.
But the girl that looked young, they failed her.
Right.
That's a real situation. And you know, parents are not knowing that this is the kind of, you know, like these are reasonings for, you know, like, so that's an example of social promotion.
Yeah, and if you too big,
you know what I'm saying?
If you physically too big for your grade level, they promote you.
Right.
Yeah.
That is hope. That is like being black in America. All of a sudden, you was 14. He's a big 14-year-old. We gonna charge him as an adult.
No, what are you talking about right here, man?
Right.
Like, yeah, she might compare the other kids and intimidate them. It might not be socially well for everybody. Like, I think she needs to be promoted. Like, wow.
Well, but listen, maybe she need to learn information, and they gonna have to learn how to fight. All right, so.
It gets heavy, man. It gets heavy. So yeah, it's a lot going on.
It's a heavy bag.
They can move. Like.
Learning all kind of things in school.
They can move. You gonna learn. You gonna get socially promoted.
A lot.
Promote you to sleep. Listen. All right. Okay. Let me ask you this. I need to know. So after you got Lyrical Math going. You got a whole program running.
Right.
And then you said, I want to write a book.
Yeah.
You got into English. Like, what made you go from? And then, you know, like we all in Tamir's room. Like how did we get? Like how? Why? Like what made this happen?
Right.
Yes.
So this is my first book. It's called Let's Glow, a Firefly Story, right? And so ever since I was young, I wanted to be a lot of things: an artist. I wanted to write music. I wanted to be a teacher, a pediatrician, all these things. Like I had a rack of things. You know, I remember a teacher asking me, like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I ran down the list and she was like, well, you need to pick one. And I was like, I had a time. But I literally was able, by the glory of God, to grow up and be able to like do all the things, like do more than one thing. I haven't become a pediatrician, but I did become a science teacher. So I was really close. But so I was teaching at HB DuPont, and I was teaching 7th grade science, and I was teaching about courtship behavior. And
She was teacher of the year over there, by the way.
Yeah. I freestyled a story, not rapped it, but I freestyled a story about courtship behavior with some fireflies in somebody's backyard. Because when I was just teaching it from the curriculum, here's another situation where I was just teaching from the curriculum and the students were bored, it wasn't working. So I was like, yeah, so it was this situation in this girl's backyard, blah, blah, blah. Made up a story. Students were laughing, they were engaged, they loved it. And this one old girl named Rachel, she was like, oh my gosh, like that was a good story. Mrs. Finney, you should turn that into a book. And I was like, yeah, that's cool, yeah, great idea, you know. And then a few days later, like she kept asking me. And at some point I said, yo, let me write this down. And I wrote it. And I published it 2 years ago. And so I was glad to be able to reach back out to her and her mom and say, like, I actually published that book.
You dedicated that book to her.
Yeah. I actually have her in a dedication page. So that was the fuel that actually caused this to come out and be published. And then I just got the first copy of my brother Tamir's book, Brother Tamir's Room.
That thing look good, man.
This is scheduled to release on September 15th. I'm having a book reading and signing at the Route 9 Library.
And remember, nothing we do is boring.
No.
So when we do our book,
he's on the team for the book reading.
When we do our book,
that's not what I thought you was gonna say. I swore it was gonna be something about the Lord and nothing. Everything like I thought it was about to be a whole different thing, and you was just like, nothing we do is boring. Like I was like, okay, all right, okay. See that coming? All right.
I see that coming.
No, I say that, man, because I mean we got music that goes with the book reading, sound effects, and then we put the visual. So like as she's reading every page, we put the projector up, and we literally had those digital pages so everybody can see in the crowd, and they could read along with her and see the book with her as she reads it.
It's an immersive experience, as they say.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's very interactive, and so they have a lot of great morals to the story, you know, and things that you can learn from it. So it's adventurous. This one's a science adventure story. And then my brother Tamir's Room, you know, I'll just read the back for you so you can get a snack, right? It says, have you ever wanted to do something, but there was someone stopping you from doing it? Yes? Yes. Well, that's how it was between Nichelle and her big brother Tamir. Follow Nichelle as her decisions unfold, and what started out as one boring day. That's that word, boring again, right? This adventure story demonstrates the power of being obedient, honest, and respectful to others while highlighting the importance of resisting temptation and minding your own business.
That sounds like scripture right there.
Listen, that's okay. I'm going to go correlation. It sounds like if your child cannot read that book and does not read that book, and it's on their grade level, they are more likely to read sexy red lyrics.
Listen, that is a caption. Great.
Okay. Listen, get them sexy.
What would you like?
Oh,
what would you like? How you want this to play out for your kid? How you want this? You know what I'm saying? You do have options. Which
You
one
have options.
Yo, man. You get, that's a plug, dude.
Yo, girl, that's a whole plug. That could be a plug drop for everybody's advertising. Like, for real.
Man, if you don't believe me, run a test on it for 3 to 5 years and watch.
Because there's no way you can figure it out in 1 year. No way. No way. No way.
Oh, goodness. All right. Oh, man. Way too much. All right. Okay. All right. Question that I had wrote this in because I was curious when I wrote this question. And I got to. So, right. Y'all got kids.
Right.
Right. All right. Huh?
4.
Y'all have 4 children.
Yes. Yes.
Right. Okay. So I'm sorry. I had to wake up because you said 4 kids and I got tired. So you got 4 kids.
What?
It's tiring to say it out loud. Like it's a lot of syllables and stuff. So all of them, you got all them kids.
Right.
And
You can only
then,
say that after 3, right?
After 3, it's just all them. You just got all them. All them. You can't even say. You can't even say the incorrect English. It's just all them.
Start deciding whether they want to invite y'all or not to places because there's too many of y'all, right?
Right. They gotta pick the kids that they like. All right. So. So all right. Between the kids,
right,
each other, the marriage, like making that manage.
Right.
The business, because you are entrepreneurs, which is a whole world. Like that's a whole world.
Right.
And then self-care, how do y'all find balance? Like where is there balance? Is it kind of just an illusion?
You know what? I'll say there's sacrifices that have to be made. You know what I'm saying? Because you kind of have to try to make things work together. You know, because like for instance, with us, with our children, when we started Lyrical Math, right? And we started out, we were doing door to door. Like we got that album cranked up. We was like, we hitting houses. We went to the door. You want Lyrical Math album? So, you know, at some point, you know, with that, our kids were young, so we couldn't leave them at home. So it's like, yo, come on with us. So they were out selling door to door with us. When we started doing vending, they were out vending with us. When I was performing, I'm like, listen, y'all want to be dancers? Y'all want to do backup dance? Like, my kids was my backup dancers. Like, I loved every bit of it, right? And, you know, they were making money, like, you know, doing stuff with us and things like that. So
basically, I don't believe in slave labor.
No.
So we pay everybody who works.
Right. And so it's like it was a way for us to do business, also, you know, have family time at the same time, and also teach them work ethic, and also allow them to be creative, you know, and use their own energy and their own creativity. And our third version of Lyrical Math, the final version that we have, our daughter, she is in college in North Carolina A&T for fashion merchandise and design. And so when she was in high school, she got into that. So we allowed her to design the outfits for the characters of the book. So she put their fit together. You know what I'm saying? And so we were able to allow her to use her gifts and talents, you know, within the business. And so, you know, what we ended up having to do, you know, a traditional family, you got the parent go to work, the kids go to school, the kids go to some after school curriculum programs, parents come out, clap for them, have a good time, you know, stuff like that. We're very non-traditional. Like, it doesn't look like that for us. It just doesn't look like that for us, but it works, you know. We had to think outside of the box.
Because we make it work.
Yeah, because we make it work. Like, a lot of times, so many of our birthdays have fell on a business event. And we would just have to make that moment, like, hey, we gonna celebrate through all this. You know what I'm saying? So I think it really works out. I grew up in a family of entrepreneurs as well. Like, my mom, she had a gift shop growing up, and so I knew what it was like as a child. You know, my mom, she had a brick and mortar in Chester, and then we would go out and we would decorate for different conferences, events, you know, African American festivals. We were, you know, selling balloons and gift items and things like that. And when I say the whole squad was out, I'm talking about from my mom to my brothers, my dad, you know, was involved, my aunts, my cousins, and my mom. You know, everybody came out like, look, if you come help us sell these balloons at this parade, like, I'm gonna cut you some money. What? We was out there. We was out there deep, you know. And so, you know, and he also comes from a family, like you said, full of, you know, with entrepreneurs. So involving our children in that was a no-brainer for us. And we knew it would be good for them because of what we experienced as children is part of why we were able to even create Lyrical Math, because we knew what it was like to take your creativity and turn it into a business and make it a family business, you know. So
yeah, I would say for me, I remember telling my wife early on, like, I can just only speak for myself, G. So I know people that's like, you know, I live through my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, my kids is everything, and, you know, they come first, and I'm like, yeah, my kids are in the equation, but for me, I said, I think it's more beneficial for my children to see me chase the dream, the goal, than for me to invest everything I have in them and then me just play the back. So if they see me chase after it, I'm setting the tread or the groundwork for them to come behind easy. If I just play the back, like, put all my dreams and things to the back, and then they don't have nothing to look at. They're going to be looking at other people outside the household. So
I'll definitely say this, and just because I identify with a lot of that, for me personally, I learned, like, as an entrepreneur myself, I said to myself, how can I tell my kids you can do whatever you want? And I didn't try. It's weird.
Not only try, but succeed, brother. Succeed.
Well, yeah, you know, but you have to at least put the foot forward. You got to put the effort in. Hey, I want you to try it, but I'm not. Like,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So,
and, you know, I say this, man. When we were contemplating a decision for her to go full time, because we were both teaching, and then we had the 9-year-old,
right,
and we had him in the Goddard school, dude. We was paying $12,000 a year in daycare, And so,
and then if he would get
hold
sick,
on. So then it was like, yo, let's make a decision here. How about I stay at the house and you still work because you need to keep your certification while we building this business up because you the MJ of Lyrical Math. You still be in the household. I mean, you still be in the classroom. So when we made that decision and pivoted early on, I stayed home and took care of a lot of the groundwork for the business. And it was a point I was making with this. Lost it. Ah, man, it was a point I was making. Yeah, it was the reason why I was saying this. I forgot it though.
I get, but this is how you started showing the kids you making the business, probably.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
But it was I think it was just making decisions that would, in the long run, be more beneficial to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, because
picture.
he was in a daycare, and it seemed like every other week he was sick. So, you know, you only got so many sick days as a teacher. So they call us and be like, he needs to go home. He's sick. I'm like, all right, you want to take your September day? Or am I going to take my September day? And we both trying to figure out who's going to take their day.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was. So basically, I stayed home and was cultivating the business, establishing ourselves, with getting the insurances, everything we needed. And so we literally, I still remember, we had them at the library right next to we had them in the park right next to Brandywine Library. Yeah. And we took a vote. We had the kids out. I said, how many of y'all want your mom to retire from the classroom and do Lyrical Math full time? So we did it as a family. Everybody voted. Right. And it was unanimous, so that's why we went forward with it. Yeah. But we included them in the decision before we went down that road. Yeah.
Did y'all? Was there a chance that they was gonna be like, nah, have Ma go to work?
Outspoken, like.
But why would they want you to go to work? Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, there's no child who's like, nah. And don't get me wrong, I know they love their dad, but they're never going to say, Ma, you keep going. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but you know, like when there's a set income coming in, and
the kids.
It was a risk.
Was thinking about the income. That's what the kids was. The kids was thinking about they was doing Lyrical Math at the crib with some spreadsheets and QuickBooks. They was like, hold up, now if Mom stay home, you're not gonna get that bike. I know you wanted that bike.
Yeah. You might not get that meal you wanted that you always get on Friday, kind of thing.
Right. And believe me, he laid it out like, yo, like this is a risk year. Like we gonna see what may happen.
Yo, man, that was an interesting year. And in the back of my head, I'm like, yeah, she could pick up a teacher contract next year if it don't work out.
If it don't work out, then just go back to class.
Brother, like every year, it just consistently, and then they kept growing. I was like, wait a minute, we actually doing this, and it's interesting to be in this space, man. It really is, because like I said, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, but what I'm doing and how I'm doing it, I don't have anybody in my family doing it. So I'm literally out there, you know what I'm saying? And I be telling my wife several times, like, I really need certain people in my phone, man, that are where I'm at, or that's higher, that I can talk to and be like, bounce stuff off of. You know what I mean?
A mentor. Or thought partners. What I call them is thought partner. Sometimes you need a thought partner help, because in this entrepreneur space, sometimes it's isolated, where if people don't really understand the industry, they don't really know how it works. They can't help you. So there's no one to bounce an idea off of that kind of gets it from that perspective.
Yeah, like, I mean, if we're, glory to God, we've been blessed to be in a position, man, like, if we get a call tomorrow to be in LA, we can do it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is great.
That's a blessing.
Right.
But at the same time, man, it's still like, dude, I just go off, and I just got a relationship with the creator, dude. So, like, I listen, like, using wisdom, his counsel, to tell me, like, yeah, maybe you should pull back on this, pivot to the left a little bit, but it'd be great to have them thought leaders?
Thought partner?
Thought partner.
Yeah, thought partners in the process, to be like, yeah, won't you, look at it from this angle, this way, So.
Yeah. With that said, my next question is my last question. I asked everybody this on my show, and I'm curious what y'all say. If you had to give advice to a younger version of yourself, right? Yeah, back, back when people, back before people became honest, if you will.
I'm gonna let her go first. She
going
first.
Why not you?
Because why? Because you made her honest? Is that how right? Like I want to know before. I want to know what advice you would give yourself before you was holy, safe, and sanctified. Now listen. Now listen. When you was drenched in heathenism. But the caveat to this advice is the year is still 2024. So what advice would you give your younger self if the year was still this year?
What year are we talking about?
Like what year are you?
Oh,
like I'm talking.
But if you
like
2024.
Late teenage years, impressionable, like when you were that version.
Well, all right. Let's be real, man. I wasn't off.
I didn't say you were anything.
You
ain't gotta justify yourself.
Let's be all right. So here, for me, I think while I was 18, like I was working at the bank. I was a teller at Wachovia before it was Wells Fargo, and like street ball culture talks about. Yeah, I was in network marketing. I was in an internet company. I think when I was 18, it was a network marketing thing called TMII, Transit Marketing International. I still remember it, man. They flew us out to Salt Lake City, Utah.
I'm gonna time out for 1 second. Hey Alexa, play "So Ambitious" by Jay-Z. I understand. What advice?
All right.
You want to say how he wasn't heathen?
I was setting the tone.
It's about to be a movie,
all right,
bro.
So
it's about to be a movie.
I say this to say I was already in a mindset at 18 for business. So if I had to give my 18-year-old self advice, it would be to stick. Oh yeah, definitely. This would definitely be what I would tell my.
The year is still 2024, so it's this time period in life in the world.
So if you could take your 18-year-old self and put him in 2024, what would you tell yourself?
Oh yeah, still it would still be the same advice, which is to not jump around different ideas, but like literally whatever the idea, whatever the service or product that you have in mind, stick with it. Yeah, stick with it and learn that entire market. Learn everything you can about it and then find your niche in it. So the way you're going about it right now, my 18-year-old self may not be the way in that industry. So look at it from a different angle to find your niche in that industry. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I like that. I would say for myself, I guess I would say put me around 22, 21, somewhere in that age. In 2024, I would have learned more about how to make my money grow. I wish I would have, because I was in, a great position being fresh out of college, right? And having a bachelor's degree, right? And I feel like once I got into teaching, like I'm in teaching and then I'm working on my master's at some point, right? But I didn't really know what to do with my money that I was making, So being that young, it's a lot that could have been done. I could have made some investments. I just wish I would have learned more about how to make my money make more money.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
At a younger age. I think that would have been a great opportunity. I definitely would not have deferred and forbearance my student loans the way I did. I wouldn't have did that. They gave me that option. I was like, not paying that. Every time they gave me the option, right?
Oh, dang, I just thought of another one.
Yeah, I would have definitely just been more more tactful with the money that I was able to make.
You know what? On saying that, she just mentioned college. I would tell my 18-year-old self, do the JUCO, do the JUCO school, right? All the way till your junior year, and then your senior year, transfer those credits into a prestigious college that will take all those credits for that degree program. Because then,
and you doing too much. You wouldn't have met your wife. All right. Like, I'm just saying. Like, I don't know if you want to give that advice to yourself. Give it to somebody else, another youngin that might need that. But that you wouldn't have. That would derail all of the things that we talked about for the last hour. So I was like, give that to somebody else's kid. Okay.
You funny, man.
What would you do?
Yeah, what would you do? That's a good question.
Oh, on my show? I gotta answer this.
Yes, you have.
All right, fine. I've successfully not done this, answered this question in a year and a half.
Man, what?
Uh,
Younger self.
If I had to give my advice to the younger self, I would have told myself that sometimes you're the dude. Like, it's already you. Like, you don't have to keep supporting everybody else in all the other efforts. Sometimes you just have to support yourself in your effort. That's what I would have.
Word.
That is big.
Yeah.
You were it. You were already it.
Yeah. We're not going to harbor on that because I don't answer that question. I don't know how we got here. Like, you snuck that in between laughs. I don't even know.
Bob Weed, you got hit.
Robin Weed. Robin Weed.
Your hat came off. You got the whole hat.
Yep. Closing my hairline for no reason. Okay. All right. So before we get out of here, two things. I tell people, if you give me a word, I give you a poem. So while y'all think of a word, I'm gonna do what I like to call a quick hat tip. Blip, blip. I say a quick hat tip. Blip, blip. A quick hat tip goes to, ironically, 100 pairs to give times 3, as I was posting with their with Tim Dog. Shouts out, they had like 5 different school districts in the building, none of them of which that we talked about today. So I feel like so shout out to William Penn and everybody there and everybody a part of. Yes, they gave away 100 sneakers, and I hosted the pre-show, me and Tim Dog. It was a great time. Had little kids dancing and listening, and I was going the wrong direction doing line dances. Great time. I even had a mascot battle. The mascot battle, and shouts out to the Dell State mascot was going hard. I don't know why the Colonial didn't do the same, but he tried his best. He tried. In the night they tried, but that Dell State Hornet was horneted. I don't know what that means. And so shouts out to them and my man Randall Law, Who Color Kid. He even gave me some merch. Great job. Great, just giving back like that. Also, quick hat tip to my man Tim Dog and Open Streets. They shut down Union Street. Yes, they shut down Union Street. For a whole lot of blocks, to do a whole block party, kind of show off some of the work that they did there, all types of things. Fire. Quick hat tip. Digging, Roots and City Fest, the city of Wilmington, the UAE. Yes, they were at the UAE Urban Artists Exchange on Wednesday. You know, I host the pre-show. Also, my man Jay Street came out. He was actually singing it Shy. Yes. I had him singing Shy. If I Ever Fall in Love, he had a whole moment. Yes, it was fire as he was promoting their block party. Don't do that. As he was promoting their block party. That's this weekend. So shouts out to them. Also, quick hat tip. High need for positive vibes in the park. Positive vibes at night. That happened during this show, but that's my man's, and I know it was fire, because why wouldn't it be? That's my people's. Boom. All right, there's probably more people I should shout out, but that's just where I'm at right. Oh, Poppy's Poetry Corner. Yes, Poppy's Poetry Corner hosted by Keys. I did a virtual feature last night with a bunch of other amazing poets. Illustrious the Poet, Queen B. There was a Queen G. There's a bunch of them. Fire. I'll tag them in here. some point. Either way, they was fire poets. It's up on YouTube and Poppy's Poetry Corner. They do that every Wednesday night as well with a bunch of different poets too. So shouts out.
Yeah.
All right, with that said. Oh, quick hat tip to y'all. Blip, blip. You see what I'm saying? For in here. You see what I'm saying? Doing this. Getting me in trouble with hopefully all the school districts will love us after this.
We ain't say nothing but love, man. We ain't say nothing but love.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, y'all got a word for me?
The word is phenomenal.
Okay. You got one too?
Illustrious.
Dang, why we have to do that?
All right. I'm thinking when they do the reviews of how things go, I need them to say it was illustriously phenomenal. Like, in other words, I want them to be able to acknowledge everything from their fibula to their abdominals. They have to learn all the things to help them be able to grow. Most of the time, they tend to walk through, and we're okay with passing things through as long as we are like, it's only so-so, but it's not too disruptive. See, people don't understand what choose to do to help give what we have to give, but this is a society where we can't allow each other the slack just so that we can live. See, most of the time it's easy to not be appreciative of the things that helped you grow, but it's too hard to deal with the valleys and not accept the peaks, so you don't acknowledge the ebbs, just the flow. All right. In other words, what I need you to understand is most of the time they got to know the numbers and the words. It's not just how we demand it, but I promise you, if you add 10 plus years what this is, you would be trying to figure out why they can't understand what their contract said or how much it's supposed to be. Therefore, it's not equaling it. What I'm asking you to do is more than just arithmetic or mathematics. What I'm asking you to do is preventative maintenance before your future winds up too tragic. And then you trying to figure out why everybody just looks around and those who can understand what equals the vibrational sounds, now all of a sudden they're performing magic. Like this time is present, but y'all just want it to be past it. So fast and so quick that you can't grab it, and I get it. So now you're mad at those who are able to make videos of it so that they can help others, and they didn't just, move past it. Okay, fine. I'm not here to do a lot of fighting, and we did a lot of laughing. We didn't do no cussing, but it was very illustrious and a must that y'all roll through this wave with us so you can understand how you can ask for your state scores to get a number that you can trust. See, most of the time people get lost with all of that stuff. And I'm just trying to tell you, because I don't want nothing less from you than you your best self. And when you look in the mirror, you're happy because you know that is phenomenal.
I'm gonna drop the phone. I can't
drop that phone.
Don't drop the phone. Drop the mic.
No, yes, we can, but don't do that.
Right.
Yes, we can, but don't do that.
Don't do that. That joint was tough, bro. That joint was tough.
Yeah, that was hot.
Listen, y'all inspired it clearly. If you heard it,
I heard it.
So I appreciate you for joining. This was a fire episode. I had a lot of fun.
Yes. Man.
So I will totally tag you when I repost it. Because I ain't edited nothing out. So between now and when I repost it, just apply for all the schools you really plan on getting into before they watch it.
We don't worry about nothing, bro. We don't.
Nah, man. We don't move in fear.
No, it's
nah.
Right. It's what faith over fear. We got. What? If you don't think we got anointed bars, we got anointed bars. All right. We've been geeking this whole hour. This was great. Thank you so much. Is there anything you want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Please check us out, lyricalmath.com. We got a free one-day pass on lyricalmathonline.com. Please check us out. Check the platform out. We're here for y'all.
Yep, and we are on all social media pages. And you can reach us at support@lyricalmath.com. Support@lyricalmath.com.
If somebody is homeschooling their child, how much is it?
It's currently $240, so this will be a great time because it will go up in the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's pretty much $20 a month.
Yeah.
$20 a month.
And when it go up, it'll still be under $30 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, go ahead and invest that little dub. Invest that dub.
That's
it. Either you invest the dub Get him sexy. Get him sexy.
You got
You
options.
ain't right,
You
man.
got options.
You choose.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you all for tuning in. As I love to always say, put yourself first and everything will fall into place. Y'all have a good one.
Peace out. Thank you.
Yes.